Welcome to Running on Reddit, r/Bridezillas, where the craziest brides and wedding stories are shared on Reddit. OP, I'm gonna need an answer about the cake making by tonight. I've held plans off waiting for you, but I can't wait any longer. Hugs, OP. Earth to OP lol. Come on, I've been polite up to now, but you are being a bit rude. You think you'd know from your aunt how rough these weddings are lol. Hi. Sorry, I've been with mum getting everything ready for the move, haha. Been a bit stressful. I think there's been a miscommunication. I did say I'd be unable to help with the cake. I really do have absolutely no experience doing that kind of baking. If it's fine with you, I'd love to just come as your guest and perhaps try and bake you something nice after the fact. I didn't say I wanted perfection lol. It'll just be baking the 4 sponges, cutting them to size, and covering them in icing, and maybe a bit of superficial decorating. Everyone is pitching in. You are the only one I'm having problems with so far. OP, I'm here. I'm sorry, but the last cake I baked was half a year ago, and it was from a packet. I feel uncomfortable being in charge of your wedding cake. Is there some other way I can help? Yes, by doing the thing I asked lol. I'm not asking you to be Gordon Ramsay lol. I just need a vanilla or carrot cake, something simple. If you are gonna dig your heels in, then I'll need help another way. Course, let me know what you need. Breeze and Maddie's dresses need fixing, and I'm not even gonna tell you the prices I got quoted lol. Insulting. I just need some mesh added, and then the hem of Breeze brought up, so it doesn't drag. You mean dress altering? I'm sorry, but I really wouldn't feel good about doing that. Again, I have absolutely no idea how. I think it's best left for the professionals. Oh, come on OP, you are being belligerent now. Is there anything I can say that you'll actually do? Everyone else has been rushing to help us. The smaller jobs are things like designing and creating reminders for guests and the final seating plan, but as it's smaller I'd prefer both done together. I honestly can't tell if you're joking or not lol. If not, then I'm sorry, but I don't have a clue how to make a reminder. I didn't even know that was a thing. If you'd like me to swing by and give my opinion, I'd be happy to. I'd also love to come by and help you set up for the wedding before the guests arrive, if that's something I can do. Is that a yes? This is why people say you are lazy and you'll have problems later on in life. I don't think anybody says that, but I'll write it on the inside of my wrist for later, to keep me grounded. Thanks. Oh, they do lol. Good luck trying to get into a university with that attitude. You'll be out the door in a second. I don't even want to think about the kind of family who doesn't help family. There's a special place in hell for people who are this selfish. I'm messaging your mum in a minute. I might be thinking of rearranging your invitation. Not so sure anymore. You'll be waiting a few hours. She's in the kitchen making me a 4-tiered carrot cake lol. It's only taken her 4 minutes and a YouTube tutorial. Please don't message me on here again. OP actually seemed to be willing and helpful, even offering to help set up before a wedding. You'd have to pay me a lot of money for me to do that. This all happened when I was 16. My best friend at the time invited me to go to Texas with her for 5 days to attend her aunt's wedding. I agreed to go because it sounded fun, but I wish I knew what I was really in for. There were 3 sisters in the family. The oldest was throwing the wedding at her house in her backyard. The middle was my friend's mom, and the youngest was getting married. As soon as we get there, we are put to work literally landscaping the backyard for the wedding. Family members would come over for hours to help lay sod, build walkways, plant flowers, trim bushes, and help build a gazebo. I was climbing in trees hanging lights, and this was in July in Texas, so it was hot. I live in Florida. I've lived in Arkansas, but Texas heat is no joke. When we weren't working outside we were inside making food, ironing millions of tablecloths and napkins, making table toppers, and my friend's mom who is a florist spent hours every day doing the flowers, all for free. Nothing was ready for the wedding when we got there, so we all worked from 6 AM to 12 PM scrambling to get the wedding ready. The bride helped with nothing. She sat inside in the air conditioning, scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest to find new ideas she could make us build outside for her. I was exhausted. By day 3 my body was just over it. I had gone on the trip thinking it was going to be fun, not free labor. Everyone was slowly getting sick of the bride. It sucked coming inside after laying a brick walkway to see her kicked back relaxing, and it sucked making Pinterest snacks while she barked orders from the table. The day of the wedding we woke up at 5 AM to start setting up. We loaded tables and chairs off trailers. She stood on the back porch and pointed where she wanted them. Then we spent hours decorating each table with all the stuff we made. Then we split in half so that some of the girls could help the bride get ready while the rest of us built a buffet of food. After all of that, we had about 20 minutes to get ready, and I was just thankful for the ceremony because we got to freaking sit down for once. The whole wedding ended up being gorgeous. Her family really put in the work and effort to give her a beautiful wedding for cheap. I had a nice time despite being exhausted, but when it was time to cut the cake the bride and groom were gone. They decided to head out early and go to the hotel, so everyone just said F it and ate their cake. We had to drive back to Florida the next day, so I slept the entire way home and wouldn't get out of bed for 2 days. When I got back, I don't know how wedding planners do it, and now know why people spend months/years planning a wedding. It made me want to just have a courthouse wedding because never again. Glad that the bride at least had the courtesy to thank people for their help and mingle with them after the ceremony. Oh wait, let me know in the comments below if you would have stayed to help with the wedding preparations. Alright, I'm gonna start off by saying that I work for a rather large historical venue, and as such get a lot of really terrible people who host events there, but this weekend really takes the cake and then proceeds to slam it into the ground. I'm one of the head bartenders. I love my job, even when we do themed events and they make us wear costumes. We hire a lot of young workers. We have several 14 and 15-year-olds working as servers with the catering department. Okay, now that the scene is set we begin. I do apologize. I don't remember all of the things said this night. The daughter of one of the historical society board members is getting married to one of the sons of another board member. Both father of the bride and mother of groom are incredibly lovely people, and so we were happy to have them have their event with us. The night starts off wonderful. The ceremony is on the lawn and the citronella candles keep the bugs away. Bride is very happy. The cocktail portion of the evening starts. The photographer takes the bride and groom into the other room to take photos/sign the marriage license. All goes well, and the bride and groom return to drink. We had built them several custom cocktails that they tried and enjoyed. But this evening the Bridezilla was in full form. She picks up one of the cocktails, a lovely pomegranate and ginger prosecco. She gulps it down and then proceeds to spit it back into the glass because it burned. She picks up another cocktail and doesn't like it because whiskey is icky. Her husband picked that one. She then yells at the other bartender to make her a grasshopper. We do not have all the ingredients to make that. I calmly explain that she and her husband decided on several signature cocktails and simple mixed drinks. Open bar all night. It's best to keep it cheap, and we do not have the ingredients to make that. She then proceeds to get angry and dump several drinks out over the bar and goes over to her father and makes a fuss. Father of bride comes over and asks if I can make her a Cosmo. I say yes, and the bride huffs and drinks her Cosmo. The groom meanwhile is knocking back whiskey like it's water. Then we get into dinner. The bride has had 4 Cosmos in like an hour and a half. She comes over for another, and I explain that I cannot in good conscience allow her another drink till she eats something. At this point she is drunk, and she picks up one of the whiskey drinks and tosses it in my face. I walk away to change my shirt and jacket, and she proceeds to start crying to her father that I'm ruining her wedding. Father of bride comes over and asks if I'm okay. I say yes, and that I will be right back. I return to the dining room, and one of our younger servers is trying to serve the bride and groom. She is 15 and pretty new. The bride then proceeds to scream at the top of her lungs, "Get away from my husband, you little dumby head." The girl proceeds to burst into tears and the room goes dead quiet. The groom looks like he is begging for death and retreats to the bar, looks me dead in the eye and says, "Never get married, and if you do make sure it's for the right reasons." I nod and pour the man another drink. The girl was okay. She was sent home early with a very large tip from father of bride and mother of groom. I saw her the next weekend and she said she was okay and that the money she got from that weekend got her a brand new laptop. So I guess good for her. Certified Bridezilla right there. Poor man is already defeated and it's just his wedding night. If you like the content and want to support the channel, like and subscribe right now or you'll be running on fumes. Help, I need advice. My fiance and I are having lots of issues right now. We can't stop fighting and I don't know what to do. I quit my job because wedding planning was taking up so much time and my fiance is refusing to get a second job. He doesn't understand that I don't have time to get ready for work, drive to work, be somewhere else all day, and drive home. I need to be home to plan this wedding. I'm trying to find a job from home, but it is difficult. I asked him to get a second job and he won't. It really pisses me off because we are spending $80,000 on this wedding and he keeps saying that we should spend less. Hello, no. This is my wedding I have been dreaming of since I was little and I refuse to have anything but my dream wedding. How can I convince him to work a second job to pay for this? What happened to happy wife, happy life? There's a couple of red flags there. If the fiance read that, very well could have dipped. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on the bell or you'll be running on fumes. See you in the next video.